All right. African descendants in the diaspora. Diaspora Citizenship Bill. I believe this looks like the last. This is the last, not so? The African descendants in diaspora citizenship bill. They will be the last speakers for today.
The distinguished senators of the Federal Republic and the chairman of the committee, we are here representing the African descendants in diaspora. The purpose of African descendants in diaspora citizenship bill is what we want to present here. We have already in the past presented the bill, which we believe went through the first reading, but it is necessary that we share to the public what it's all about. We will summarize it, then we'll present our memo. As a profit and a civil society organization, part of our vision is to bring closure to the decades of struggles, conferences and summits by the Africans in diaspora, and the avoidance of circling the hill countries of Sahel, like the biblical children of Israel, discussing ways of restoration to receive reparative justice for generations that were taken away forcefully, that were kidnapped, smuggled out, and passed through coercive situations into slavery in the foreign lands. Today, most of us who travel overseas, they see our people, the black people, they see how they are trying to come back to motherland. And we know that Nigeria was the epicenter of the transatlantic slave trading. So we present the bill to be passed into law to grant any historic African diaspora Nigerian citizenship with a proof of Nigerian DNA on request. So this, we know that their ancestors who are the great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers that were taken away never forfeited their citizenship when they were forcefully taken away into slavery. Their cry all over the world, at the UN, at the AU, ECOWAS, everywhere, is to restore their citizenship right, that they know that their forefathers were Nigerians. And we know recently our president traveled to St. Lucia, and both the prime minister, the senate president, and including other countries that came, they shared their stories, and they are Nigerians. All of them were forcefully taken away. They have no option where they found themselves. But by his coming, they believe that the faith is there to reconnect them to homeland so that they can be, part of the same country. So they are crying. There are many who are crying to say, please, we want to return back to our motherland. And we want to say this, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic, if this African descendant citizenship bill is passed into law, it will bring about ancestral healing and reconciliation of their origin, investments and professional human capital injection into Nigerian economy, access to and promotion of Nigerian cultural diversity. It will heighten interest participation of their youth to study and exchange educational program. It will bring restoration of citizenship to the African descendants who believe their ancestry is Nigeria, especially the African diaspora experts, investors, professional scientists, entertainers, academics, and people with diverse skills that will help improve the economy of Nigeria. This will make world news headlines and will attract great prospects for Nigeria. restoring the African descendant citizens' rights will boost the Nigerian economy through investment and making Nigeria a world tourist zone and pilgrimage center for the black world. I want to quote Dr. Nelson Mandela.
Your case has been so well made. I think you submit it in your memo. We will all read it. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And let me tell you that even though I've not read the details of your proposal, and I'm not alone, I think we all seated here can relate to this bill. Huh? I would like to see you more and interact with you in Abuja if you can find time. I want to know more. I personally want to even sponsor a bill on this.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe in it. I believe that we should provide an opportunity for our diaspora, particularly those of African slave descent, those who were taken away from their homes forcefully centuries ago through no fault of theirs. I think we should provide an opportunity to reconnect with them. I want to be part of that endeavor.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so get in touch. Your case is well made and it's commendable. Thank you very much for your efforts. So, is there waiting to make a presentation? All right. You know we are parliamentarians. I will put the question, but before then, I want to thank my colleagues who flew in from Abuja and from other places. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Aneka, hold this. I want to read this myself. I want to thank all of you for flying in.
Okay, sir.
My name is Archbishop Professor Chidebere Anelechi Obu. I am the president of African Diaspora Union, AFRIDU. And with me here, by my right, is Honorable Commissioner Chief Jerry Ekemba, who is our international legal advisor. And the extreme right is Dr. Success Omada, ABJ Omada, who is our African Director for Humanitarian Service, and also the Chairman, Deliberative Committee in Nigeria. On my left is Chief Dr. Ephraim Etete Owo, who is the African Director for Citizenship Rights. Now, African Diaspora Union, in Nigeria, it is registered as African Descendants in Diaspora Union, AFRIDU, which is an arm of African Diaspora Union globally. We are almost in all the continents, especially the black countries of the world. Our job is fighting for reparative justice for the victims of transatlantic slave trade, 400, 500 years. And if you go right from indigenous Australians, New Zealand, the North America, United States, Canada, the Caribbean, all of them there in the CARICOM states, South America, South Latin America, and the Europe, those black people. In fact, one of the most intriguing part is a few days ago, not up to 1 week, our president, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, traveled to St. Lucia, and he was hosted by the entire region of those Caribbean. All the leaders there, prime ministers, senate presidents, presidents, and that came, their stories are just one. They are Africans, mostly Nigerians, that we are forcefully taken away into slavery, where they are. That's where they find themselves. And you see the greater number of the population are Nigerians who do not even know where they come from, but who believe the connection and the opportunity to return back to motherland is there. Our job, the African Diaspora Union, is to ensure that they secure their rights to come back, because these rights of citizenship was never forfeited. It was never relinquished by their forefathers or great-great-grandmothers, whichever one it is. They were never forfeited nor relinquished because they were forcefully taken away. So that's why the African Diaspora Union put in a bill to the Senate, the National Assembly, through the Senate, requesting them to pass it into law to enable any black person in the world, wherever they are, be able to have their citizenship right, because they are not granting them citizenship, they are restoring their citizenship that was never forfeited. So that if there is any proof through their DNA that they have Nigerian origin, they can apply for passport, apply for anything, and they will be, it will be granted to them. Believe me, we have toured around the United States, the Caribbean, the Europe, and everything. Their stories are the same thing, and these people, emotionally, they are traumatized. They are people who do not really understand where they stand. But the greatest thing that can be done to them is to give them the passage to come back to their motherland, especially Nigeria, that was the epicenter. Listen, the problem we have in Nigeria and also in Africa, when they call for investors, you see the white people from Europe or from America or other places, they come as investors. But the real investors who are billionaires, trillionaires, are the black people who have worked so hard. But their problem is they don't want to come back home as investors or as tourists or visitors. They don't want. They want to come home as citizens. So when they come, they can invest, having access to their country, to their motherland. That's what we, had to present here for the public hearing. You could see the chairman of the committee said, I'm interested in this bill. I want to be part of this organization so that we champion this together. Actually, it is Senator Ned Nwoko who is the one that proposed the bill as a private member bill. We work together with him. And you can see it's Senator Dixon also, the former governor, I think Bayelsa, who says, I want to be part of this. So that's who we are. That's why we came. I flew in from South Africa to represent, the people who are not able to come with our leadership in Nigeria. 3 weeks ago, I was with them from one state to the other in the United States discussing this. So we are serious. The people are serious. They want a mass movement of returning. Nigeria will be strategically positioned if they pass this bill into law. I can tell you, it will be the pilgrimage center of the people in the black world. Thank you.
Actually, what is at stake is the issue of legal framework to grant them the liberty that they have been seeking for to return as citizens of their own ancestral homes. These are people whose ancestry is traceable to a particular community indigenous to Nigeria. So, like my president has said, it's not a matter of somebody crying for what is not entitled to. If they had gone out of Nigeria voluntarily, that could have been a very difficult matter. But they were not. They were uprooted. They were taken captive and forced out of the shores of Africa. And where they are not treated as equal citizens with the indigenes of those various places that have been taken to in slavery. And that's a problem. So Nigeria has already established in the Constitution procedure for acquiring Nigerian citizenship. And there are 3 of them. One by birth, second, by registration, and third, by naturalization. Our own perspective is that these people were asking the Senate to grant the legal constitutional right to return. They fall under the first, that's citizenship by birth. Because that particular provision talks about any person whose grandparents or one of whose grandparents trace their origin to a particular community indigenous in Nigeria. And these people through DNA have established that they have traced the origin to a particular one community or the other in Nigeria, and particularly the southern part of Nigeria, southeast, south, and so on and so forth. And DNA is an established scientific way of determining ancestry, determining origin, determining blood relationship. So scientifically it can be determined who falls within the category of the diasporan that could be granted the right of return as citizens to their country of ancestral origin. So I believe that any person who hears it, definitely, who is moved with passion, brotherly, sisterly passion, because I mean, blood speaks. And because blood speaks, it's just blood crying there. And the blood of their ancestors, the one that were taken captive and buried there, is speaking too. I mean, if you're not from Europe, you're not from Europe. If you're from Africa, you're from Africa. No matter how many traceable genealogies backwards or generations backwards, there's no limit in terms of defining what I may call genealogical tracing or descendants of the Africans going backwards. So I think that is something that the Senate should consider, something that they should consider. And everybody will be happy for it. It has something inherent in it, which includes development of Africa.
Thank you.
Well done.